All right, guys, welcome back. We are we're in Destiny 2. So let's sit back and let's talk about what's going on with it for a minute. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're watching this, and let's just get into it. So Destiny 2, the last video that I talked about it on. No, not many people watched it, but to be honest, I thought the game was dead. I fell out of love with the game, like most people did. But there's major updates coming this year in Destiny, and so let's just sit back and talk about it for a minute. So, yeah, last time I talked about this game, I said it was pretty much dead. I was done. That was it. So, I do have some questions and concerns about the game, one of which is file size. Currently, it's a beast at 150 some odd gigabytes, give or take a few, depending on what platform you're on. So, is the game files going to get bigger? Is it going to be astronomical to the point to where this will be the only game you can play at some point? How are the developers going to deal with the file size and the size of the game later on? Are they going to return to sunsetting and content vaulting at some point? Um, I don't know. Hopefully, this update, this expansion that's coming in, is going to be able to inject some players into the game. It's another concern. Last night when I logged in, it was 7 p.m. Central Time, and the tower was a ghost town. Much like whenever I went through. In fact, there was more people in D1 whenever I played it a while back than I saw in D2 last night. So I do have a few concerns. Um, is this content going to be enough to get people back? I don't know. You've got the Edge of Fate happening July the 15th, and then in December you've got Destiny Renegades. We're moving to 2 expansions a year and 2 free content drop updates a year, with the old seasonal model going away, and all of which is going to be offsetting each other about every 3 months. So, and in September, the first free content drop update is going to be taking everybody back to the Plague Lands from Rise of Iron. So, I'm curious, is this going to be enough to be able to get people back into the game? It's interested me. I'm feeling kind of hopeful that maybe the game ain't dead. Maybe it's back. You know, maybe it's going to be good. You've got changes to weapon and armor that's going to be happening, with Armor 3.0 coming out. You got the user interface that's going to change on the main screen. So this is going to be this is going to be changing with some different stuff. The main thing that you're going to see when you log in is going to be different. They showed that in their video. So you've got new enemies coming in. Um, the and new enemy types coming in. The Corsairs, they look like Mandalorians with jetpacks flying around. They're falling. Some new Vex that's coming out with the expansion. But when you look at this, my last concern is, dude, there is a lot of stuff. If you're coming back into the game like I did last night, it felt overwhelming. It felt like there's too much. My inventories are full. I came back and they were overloaded, and they're full. My post box is full of stuff, and you're coming back in, um, an expansion and 3 episodes behind. and it jumps me into the opening mission of Heresy last night, and I struggled. There was enemies in there that I haven't seen before, and my build that used to make me feel invincible is, well, it don't no more. So there's a lot going on, and a lot of information to process, and a lot to figure out and try to move in the right direction. And I don't know about anybody else, but like I came back into the game and I felt overwhelmed. So I'm hoping that they do something about that. You should be able to jump in. It should feel like a great experience, and you should be able to drop it for a month or so, and you should be able to come back in. You should be able. It should be fluidic. You should be able to get in and out, and not feel like you're you're afraid of missing out on something that's happened. So I hope they address that this year. We'll see. But there's a lot for me to process. I haven't played since before the final shape, so and there's a lot that's going on right now. You've got the Ride of the Nine event that's happening in game now. It started yesterday on May 6th. You've got the new PvP event with the tanks and the walker things that's happening this Friday, and you get the chance to get the first combat sparrow that's ever been in the game. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot to process, and there's a lot for me to catch back up on. I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm hopeful that the game is going to be great. I'm hopeful that the game is going to be good. I'm hopeful that it's going to get me excited and addicted to play this game again. I've played this game for over 1,500 hours between it and Destiny 1. So, I'm hopeful. So, we'll see what happens. Anyways, I just wanted to take a few minutes to share my thoughts on the game and its current state. There's a lot to do in the game if you're just coming back. There's a lot of content for you, but it can feel overwhelming. And all your old builds and all the stuff you used to do, it don't work like it used to no more. It took me a few tries and a few deaths to figure out to get it to be able to survive. So, anyways, make sure you like, comment, subscribe wherever you're seeing this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.